Well, here's some concerning stuff when it comes to Nintendo. Honestly, one of the last companies I would ever expect to do this, because they usually kind of just keep their head down and their nose clean, and they make amazing games that everybody loves that honestly really shouldn't offend anybody. They're pretty damn wholesome games usually. But apparently, there's a new job listing for somebody in localization, and one of the job requirements for that new potential employee is DEI-related topics. They also need an awareness of culturalization, and this is not good, in my opinion. I wish for Nintendo to just be Nintendo and not bend the knee to any kind of BS. But once again, here we are talking about stuff coming from Japan and localization for the West and problems that can come from that. So I wanted to make sure that this wasn't a goof because it was published on April 1st. And honestly, Nintendo getting into DEI like this would come off as a joke to me. But it is over on the Nintendo of America careers portion of the website. And it's very disappointing to see this. A lot of this stuff is fine, except when you get into here. Description of duties. Maintains awareness of culturalization and DE&I related topics, identifying issues and proposing solutions as needed. So, hey, that might be a little bit of a problem there while you're making the game. Let's change that to something that's a little more DE&I friendly for America. I'm not sure how to take this, other than not liking the fact that you're seeing a little bit of woke kind of get into Nintendo. Now, it's Nintendo of America, right? Not Nintendo of Japan. But the main job that they have is to localize and stuff like that. So are they going to make big changes to stuff that comes from Japan like a lot of these other companies are doing? I can't stand that. Don't like it. So here's what they have to say. This is from that Park Place. A job description for a localization production specialist for Nintendo of America requires the employee to have awareness of culturalization and DE&I related topics. On the Nintendo of America career page, a listing of localization production specialist located in Richmond, Washington, notes that one of the duties of the position is to have awareness of culturalization and DE&I related topics. This duty is the 9th of 18 bullet points under the localization duties of the position. Most of the other bullet points do seem innocuous and related to the position, such as translate game text, graphic assists, voice scripts, marketing materials, and supplementary development and testing related documents and materials as required to support products and services through launch and beyond. And that's fine. Most of that is what you would want a localizer to do. But we're in the point now where anytime I see that DEI stuff, especially when it comes to localization, I get a little bit nervous. And I don't think I'm the only one. The last thing I want to see is Nintendo fall to this, because usually Nintendo games are a lot of fun. I even had a lot of fun playing that girly Princess Peach game that came out. What was it, Princess Peach Showtime? That game wasn't bad. It's nowhere near as good as the regular Mario games, but it was still a pretty fun game. I'll admit it. So, what the hell is going on over at Nintendo? I hope they're not going to try and go after ESG and shit. Now, Nintendo, unlike a lot of other video game companies, has a shitload of cash on hand. Nintendo is actually doing quite well in the current video game market. And I don't see why they have a need to get involved in any of this bullshit. But, you know, I'm on the outside looking in here. All I know is please don't go down the woke path, Nintendo. You guys are one of the last outlets out there, man. Like this Nintendo, unlike Disney, still has families, is multi-generational. Like you have parents have kids. This is something they'll introduce to their kids and play with their kids, and then in turn, their kids will do it with their kids. This is what keeps Nintendo going. Now, they had a little bit of a rough spot, like with the Wii U, but they bounced back. Wii, Switch, those were huge for them. Switch is massive. I don't know what, I would say it's probably the biggest platform, to be honest. So, we'll see what happens, but worrying for me nonetheless, and I'm sure for many of you out there. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of this. I'd like to hear from you in the comments. Do you think this is anything to worry about? Let me know. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.